We're all ready then for this B final. Eyes on the lights, they're green, and it's a good start there from P2 for Ross O'Meara, and he takes the lead straight away. Some big drivers in this one as they all file into turn one, always bumping and barging around in the outskirts of the top 10, but everybody's going to make it through, and all drivers heading up the hill to Christmas. But look at the lead that Ross O'Meara has got going into Christmas as they all file into Christmas for the first time. Are they all going to make it through? Yeah, just about. I can see Lewis Diamond's pulled his way up through the field. I think he's all the way up to third. Start for Diamond, but down to Ashby then for the first time in this B final. And Diamond's going for second place now. Everyone's still running in this one. In fact, yes, everyone has got through Ashby as well. So this has been a very good start from the drivers, but it's still Ross O'Meara in the double white combination, white suit, white helmet, leading this B final early on. But look at Lewis Diamond. Lewis Diamond has come from, I think, 19th on the grid. That's an absolutely ludicrous start here in the B final. And through, and sorry, no, he was kart number 19, but still 40th, and he's taken the lead now. Wow, what a first lap this has been from Lewis Diamond, from 14th to first on the end of the first lap, and there's a lot of people down on the start-finish line very happy about that.
I don't blame them, Andrew. That was an absolutely masterful first lap. Brilliant, brilliant driving from Lewis Diamond. Did you mention at the start of the evening that Brandon Williams had tipped him for greatness?
I may have
done. If I tell you what, if nothing else, that was greatness.
Well,
someone's wide though. Someone's very wide out of turn 2 and round. That might be a quad bike recovery.
Have to say that first lap was worthy of the great man himself, who Diamond pays tribute to with his helmet colours, and he's pulling out a lead, Howard. And if Lewis Diamond, I think Lewis has had some issues in traffic today. This is the first time we've seen him at the front of a field. And, well, if he can hold it together, this is looking pretty good for a spot in the A final. Diamond leads, Ross O'Meara second. I think that's Peter Horsley in third place, if I'm not mistaken, Howard. It is indeed. He started P6.
Absolutely. So good start for him as well, it has to be said. As they roll, we've got two spinners off at the entrance to the boot, Andrew, and a third spinner who's spun in sympathy. Not unusual to see drivers doing that. They react to try and avoid the spinner, and they themselves go into a spin by doing something that they're not used to, braking suddenly or suddenly steering to a different part of the track they're not used to and not familiar with the grip levels on. But they're all back underway now. None of them were off on the grass, so no quad bikes needed.
Good start to this race for Dan Fox in the D&M removals weighted classes. Who's that spinning?
Is that Pedro?
It might be.
It might well be Pedro.
He'd done really well. He got up to 11th place. There's Diamond still in the lead. Furious battle going on for second place now, which is good news for Diamond because this will allow him to pull out more of a lead. The lead is now 3.7 seconds after the first two laps. But no, going back to Dan Fox, currently your leader on the road in the D&M removals weighted class. He needs to catch Lewis up to stand a chance of getting on the class podium, because at the moment I can tell you there are 3 drivers from our D&M removals weighted class in the A final.
I do just want to mention, for those of you who might think that our shot of the Ashby hairpin is a sort of artistically slanted shot, I don't believe it is. I think it actually is showing how downhill Ashby is. You'll see at the next lap they come around, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is just how downhill this track is. This is sort of situated on the side of a sort of mild gradient, this whole circuit, which is why turns 1 and 2 take so long to dry out, because they are effectively at the bottom of that hill.
Issue for Dan Fox. He's fallen down to 8th place on that last lap. James Perkins now up to 2nd place. This is the battle over all the outskirts of the top 10.
3 wide through turn 2, Andrew. That's absolutely incredible. I think that was the likes of Kirk and Johnson and Mackenzie Allen there who were getting 3 abreast through there. All the action going on in the top 10 with Lewis Diamond out front by 8.5 seconds.
And he's checked out. this is Esther's going to be Lewis Diamond's race. As through, was that James Willis going through?
Bold. I'm not was it James Willis? I thought James Willis had a cut. I was watching the driver with the black helmet
might have
there,
been Dan Fox then.
who went up the inside and somehow managed to hold on to a lovely drift coming out of Inkerman's. Again, Andrew, Inkerman's on the international loop where it's just a right-hand king. It's just flat out in the dry. In these conditions, it's a toll lone. Yeah, it's a proper corner. You get a little bit of a drift on there. As we've got a spinner from relatively high up the top 10 there. We'll look to see who that is the next time round on the timing.
There's your leader, Lewis Diamond, to finish what is lap 4 with 4 minutes 24 on the clock. A 1:22.362 by Diamond, which is pretty quick in these conditions. Here comes, I think, James Perkins, but it's getting pretty difficult to tell now. It is. The lead's now 11.5 seconds.
I think it was Darren Kirk. Darren Kirk was who we saw spin around, was it, Andrew? He's dropping down the order, as is James Willis. So both, actually, no, James Willis has just dropped a few places. I think he might have gone wide at some point. But, yeah, Darren Kirk has dropped out the top 10. Unfortunate for him.
Well, it's Lewis Diamond in one league and everybody else in another right now. He is 3 seconds a lap quicker than anybody else on the circuit. James Perkins still second. All of these positions, of course, still counting for points, which is probably what the drivers will be thinking about now, because there is no real hope of catching Lewis Diamond up unless something out of the ordinary happens. Traffic might come into play.
I'm just going to say a quick apology to Stuart Hoyle. I obviously gave him the commentator's curse by interviewing him on the grid. He mentioned that there were loads of people watching in from back home. He's raced well tonight, though.
Yep.
Done himself proud, so fair play to him. Take some good heats to get yourself onto pole for the B final. Such is the standard of racing here. Hopefully we'll see him again.
3 minutes to go. So, well, we might have 3 more laps here, given Lewis's pace.
Oh, look at... Was that Pedro Baptiste who got very leery there? One wheel on the grass. Not advisable to do in these conditions, but he held on to it, so who am I to tell him that?
And I think he had a little flirt with the new barrier on the last corner, and oh my goodness me, Pedro is giving it absolutely everything here, having won the C final.
And this is, to be honest, Andrew, this is why we mention him so often, because
spectacular.
he's got such a brilliant flamboyant driving style, and 9 times out of 10 it works. That's the thing as well. So if it works, fair play to him.
Look out for Stephen Johnson. He's just set his personal best in this B final. He's in 3rd, but he's now starting to close in on James Perkins. Dan Fox has pulled his way back up to 4th. Ross O'Meara still there in 5th. Good scrap this for 2nd place down to, well, I'd say about 6th, and Jordan Mackenzie Allen. Thankfully, is Michael Schumacher helmet being so bright, I can actually still see it in this low light that we've got here. Here he comes across start finish to start a new lap. Yeah, there'll be this one plus one more, and Lewis Diamond has set a 1:21.762 in these conditions. Everybody else is running around in the mid 120s.
Well, I'm quite impressed that he was able to fit wet tyres that quickly, to be honest, Andrew, before the race, because I didn't spot him doing it. But no, absolutely amazing pace set here by Lewis Diamond. Really impressed with this, and yeah, absolutely, he's pretty much he has. He's checked out 18 seconds up the road. This is going to be the most dominant win we've seen all evening from him. Dan Fox, currently the highest placed driver of the D&M removals weighted class, but it won't get him on the podium.
Down at turn 2.
It won't get him on the podium for that class, Andrew, because we have... Did you mention...
Yeah, we've got, just to give him a quick...
3.
Conor Marsh, Matt Spencer and Slavak Piskor's all in the A final.
All right, so unfortunately the podium's off for Dan within that class, but he's still doing up into 4th. And I think we're going to have a particularly long race here, Andrew, because this hasn't been called the last lap, has it? Oh, who's that round? That's is that someone from quite high up? That's a generic question of mine. We'll check that on the times, but someone was round there at Ashby.
Here comes Lewis Diamond then. Last lap shown to the leader. Another fantastic lap time, 1:22. No one else has gone quicker than a 1:24.
I've got to say...
Yes, no other driver has been even into the 123s. That is how far ahead Lewis Diamond is of the rest of this field. That is not kart difference, that is pure talent.
Is this the battle for second,
I think it is. I think that's Stephen Johnson going through and into second place.
Good move there, bold
no,
move.
He's for third. Because Dan Fox is up to second place now here on the last lap.
Well, this is the thing, actually, Andrew. It's so dark out there. Some of the cameras out there aren't doing justice to quite how dark it is. The turns 1 and 2 camera in particular look quite bright, and this camera at Ashby makes it look quite bright out there. But no, it's really quite dark out there. And the concern, Andrew, is, I could be wrong, but I don't think the international layout is fully floodlit.
No, it isn't.
So it's unfortunate because, of course, in June we thought we'd be all right. Anyway,
here comes round the final corner comes Lewis Diamond. I mean, it's in a B final, but this has been an absolutely brilliant drive. One of the drives of the season. Lewis Diamond, in a league of his own, wins the B final at Wilton Mill in round 4 of the NKL for 2017. And now the clock starts just to see how dominant that race win was. Poor chap on start finish is waiting now to wave the checkered flag for second place. We're still waiting. Here he comes. I think it's going to be Dan Fox over the line. There is a good drive there from Dan. 23 seconds. My goodness me. Lewis, what did you have in the break? Because that was absolutely extraordinary. Dan Fox actually sets a 1:23.669 on that last lap. We're waiting for James Perkins. Yes, he finishes third. Stephen Johnson fourth. Ross O'Meara fifth. Jordan Mackenzie Allen sixth. Pedro Baptista with a good drive there from the back of the grid to seventh. Fraser Edge in eighth place. James Willis ninth. Darren Kirk 10th. Peter Horsley has raced well tonight into 11th place. Barry Johnson actually is pushed down. Graham Walsh took 12th on the very last lap of the race. Barry Johnson 13th.
I think Johnson may have fallen off somewhere, Andrew, because he's dropping down.
Yep, Simon Cleaver now 13th. Michael Olive pops up to 14th. What has happened to Barry Johnson on that very last lap? Stuart Hoyle finishes 15th, and in the end, Barry Johnson will be classified 16th on virtue that he started the last lap, and Chris Dilley and Sam Taylor overlapped down. What a drive from Lewis Diamond. I'm looking forward to him in the A final, Howard.
Absolutely, Andrew. That was an extremely impressive drive. This Diamond showing a clean pair of heels to the rest of the field.